Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Very Opinionated and Slightly Educated. As always, I'm Luca DeVigo, and with me is my good friend Matt Campanella. Matt, how are we doing today?
Good, Luca. Hello, everybody. Lovely to get this podcast, another podcast up and running. I'm excited to get this one going. We have a big podcast awaited here. This is one that many people will know. This is probably, I think this is Matt's breakout story.
This is probably your high school peak. This would be if you had an eye-opening sort of epiphany moment at all in high school, this would be it.
How embarrassing is that? That is my peak, though. Like, this is gonna be my peak. Like, we don't want to ruin.
I don't think it's embarrassing because think about it. Think about how amazing that when you told us that was. Like, usually when shit like this happens, you tell one friend and then he tells
Yeah,
everyone else laughing his
yeah.
ass off. No, this story was so amazing. You had to tell
You know
everyone.
what? I'll be honest with you. This is something that I have a fan base out in Timmins on.
Yep.
There's people all over this great country that know about this story.
Well, because it's not just the actual story itself, because the story's like
No, it's the content.
unique. It's unique. It's the telling of it. It's the way you tell it, and it's the way it's who.
Yeah,
It's the who that's
the who,
specific.
what, when, where, and why.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we'll get into that story later. Obviously, that's probably the reason why everyone's going to be listening to. We have a few things lined up that we do want to talk about, and we can go from there.
Yeah. Anyway, how's your day been, my guy?
It's been okay, man. You know what? I'm starting to lose track of the days, which is a bad thing. I feel like that's something I gotta keep my mind on to. I don't know what day is Tuesday, what day is Wednesday.
Someone
You
asks
know,
you what day is it, and you're just like,
yeah,
it's the time is 1 o'clock.
what happened? I was out at Garden Foods. I was
Yeah.
getting some groceries, and someone ended up coming up to me saying, "Oh, do you know what day it is today?" And I thought it was so weird that someone was
Do you ever like think you have a handle on it where you know it's like Tuesday or something, and then they hit you with the oh, what number?
Luca.
And then you're
I,
just
did,
lost.
I didn't even think twice. I told this lady Wednesday. She goes, "Oh, thank you." A guy behind me goes, "Sorry, guys, it's actually Thursday." I don't know if I was embarrassed, if I was in a state of shock, but it was like, wow, okay, I gotta get my shit together. Honestly, this quarantine's taking a toll on me. How about you, my friend?
Everything's been good. Working back to work,
That's good.
but dealing with people's fun. Being an essential worker is a good time. You know what? A lot of people are thankful. I can't even be sarcastic about that.
Yeah, I
A lot
was
of
gonna say,
people are surprisingly thankful.
yeah.
Surprisingly patient.
Mhm.
At first they weren't though. But what you'll find with retail is customers will always find a way to do something stupid.
Well, that's what I wanted to get into here a little bit of. I know. Before we started the pod, you wanted to get a little bit venting off your chest and talk about the whole situation. For
Listen,
me,
if
it's
you
just
know me and you know where I work and the clientele I work with, you know there's a lot of interesting stories. I think the best one I have happened last summer.
Okay,
So this
good.
guy walks up to me. I'm inside, just minding my own business. Guy walks up to me. Hey man, do you know where the taco seasoning is? And I didn't think of it at first. I was like, taco, what does that sound like? And I like visualized the word in my head and was like, oh, I was like, sir, the taco seasoning. He was like, oh, taco. You say it one way, I say it the other. And
Okay,
my face dropped. I
give our
couldn't
listeners
believe.
give our listeners a little bit of a description of what this guy looks like. Because for me, I
Oh
have a
God.
description in my head, and
He
I'm not
had to
sure.
be like 40s, 50s, older white dude.
Yeah.
Like he was one of those guys who just like he thought he was like the funniest dad in the world.
Do you think he's traveled outside of the country saying taco?
He
Or
could not possibly have been anywhere except maybe a couple states.
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe Florida. They've been on a Florida or Myrtle Beach vacation.
Yeah, not even I think like and if he did go anywhere else, it was Caribbean resort. where like you're not eating tacos.
You're saying taco at a Caribbean resort. They're even going.
But like
What?
I don't even think they I've never been. That's not my kind of trip. But like, do they even serve tacos in like
Whoa, whoa.
Jamaica?
You've never been on an all-inclusive
I've
vacation.
never been on all cruises. Not my cup of tea, my friend.
See, that is fascinating to me. See, I don't.
Because I imagine the people on all inclusives are the kind that would pronounce taco taco.
Okay, but that's like that. That's a pretty broad
That's an
spectrum of.
extreme. That's an extreme.
That's
When I told my coworkers about that, one of them literally just sat there staring into space. And when we asked him, like, dude, are you okay? He was like, I just thought like if he's saying it taco, he must go home and say it taco, and no one corrects him.
his kids are saying taco, and there's generations of tacos going out there.
There's
All of a sudden,
generations of taco going on.
yeah, there's gonna be in 20 years we might run into people going fajitas and tacos, and we're gonna go, who the hell are you talking to?
Do you think it's because, to tie it in, do you think it's because nobody properly listens nowadays? So someone said taco to him, but he just didn't actually listen?
Yeah, but then I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because even on this podcast, people can probably listen to me like half-ass listening and then talking over and interrupting. So I'm gonna sound like such a hypocrite if I admit
Okay,
to
but
that.
let me hit you with this one.
Mhm.
So recently, people have been wonderful. Love people. They
Yep.
don't listen though. Okay. So during this whole time, we're wiping down the carts before they come into the store. We're sanitizing everything. So it's kind of like it's basically dummy proofing it, right? You know how when you have a kid, you make sure there's no sharp edges around? Yeah. And I'll ask, do you want a basket or a buggy or like a cart? Do you want a basket or a cart?
Simple.
People will dead look me in the face, Matt, and just say, yes, please. Not
So you get buggy and cart, and then the answer you get back is
yes.
yes.
Do you want a buggy or cart? Like, it's like
So what do? You just hand them the cart? I would just hand them the cart.
I have to sit there, smile, and I ask the question again, like
Yeah.
a buggy or a cart, man. It's terrible.
Okay, you threw him in there. You tell me it's mostly the feminines that are saying that.
You know, I don't think it's more feminine or masculine that's really asking the questions. I think everyone's real guilty of it. It's people getting impatient, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd love to say that it's people getting impatient, but no, people just don't listen in general. They don't pay attention.
You blame them for being impatient. Like, I'll be honest with you, Luca, when I'm standing outside of the grocery store for 15, 20 minutes and I'm moving up well, it has to be 6 feet because we have to stand 6 feet apart. So if I'm moving up 6 feet every 5, 10 minutes, you know what? Yeah, I understand the situation and it seems like we're going to be doing this for a lot longer than we really think. But you know what? It's hard for you not to lose your patience, man.
How long do you wait in line, though, at Canada's Wonderland? I know you're not much of a ride guy,
Okay,
but
yeah,
how long do
that's a
people
whole
wait
nother
in line at
podcast.
Wonderland?
Canada's Wonderland. That's a whole other podcast on its own other topic.
No, but how long do people wait in line usually? Like
That's
an hour to 2 hours.
For me, that's the reason why I'm not going.
That's not the reason why you're not going.
No, that plays a part of my fear of heights and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
The why I don't want
I
to
just
go.
wanted to make it clear because there's a memory of you,
Yes,
me, and David.
And two other jabronis. If you're surprised that we keep mentioning jabronis, yeah, we know all of them.
We know quite a few.
At the same time, yes and no, Luca. Like, there has to be like, if we start turning into a whole virtual shopping in the sense of, you know, getting groceries. I've seen 4 or 5 people on my street get groceries dropped off at their front door.
Yeah, it's a good idea right now. Mostly if you have elderly. Speaking of which, there was a woman who came in yesterday, Matt, with her mother, and her mother could have been no younger than 95. And she just looks at me and she's like, oh, she just had to get out of the house. I was like, go for a walk. Why are you going to the grocery store?
I wouldn't even entertain that. I would have smiled, nodded my head, and walked away, because I'll be honest with you. From my conversations with my grandmothers that are stuck downtown,
right?
If they were in a situation like us where they lived in suburbia and they can actually go outside, go for a walk, and they didn't have to worry about running into someone for 20, 30 feet,
Yeah.
be a hell of a lot easier than being in where they are, and they can't even, not that they can't leave their house, but they are very much scared to leave their house.
Well, I understand that.
No,
Like
and I'm
they're
not
not
like
they're not me and you who like they're not taking a coin flip when it comes to getting this virus. They know what's going to happen and it's going to be bad.
but that's the thing is I feel like, I guess depending on people's where people are living, I've heard stories of one friend of ours.
Mm.
His grandmother lives up in like the Barry's Bay, Peterborough area,
Yep.
and he was telling us that they're surprised that we have people that are still going to work. Never mind like leaving the house, going to work, doing like things that for
Really?
them are so foreign because they're so isolated over there that they don't know anything but to stay inside and do nothing. They don't see people.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's a whole nother
That's
spectrum.
kind of scary. That's kind of scary.
100%. And then being all the way up there, who's one grocery store, one of everything. That's it. It's not like here, but we have 3 or 4 grocery stores,
Mhm.
so forth and so forth.
We
right?
only really need two.
That's a story for another day. We got the 4th one building. I saw that they stopped the building on that one.
Did you? Because a couple days ago, actually, yeah, a couple days ago when I drove by, I saw 2 guys out there working on the parking lot.
The only reason why I know that they stopped building was one of my friends that I met through school. His father's company is the one doing the construction on that,
Oh.
and they just shut down as of Monday. But they go send the guys to like make sure nothing's stolen. That's probably what you're looking at. They go see. What's
No,
going
they
on.
were in the what do you call the not a crane, but it's the one with the scoop on the end.
Oh, that's a question for another day. I'm not going to know that one. Shame on me. I'm Portuguese. I should know that. But
Oh no! You should know your brick and mortar. That's what you should know.
no, very little. A little bit of the cement. A little bit of the cement.
No, you're mostly cement. The Italians are more no. The Italians are the cement. The Portuguese are the brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar or in the sewer drains, just
Yeah.
sewer. It smells like sardines down there, so it's like.
Hey, do you think it's bad that sometimes I got this one friend at work? He's Portuguese through and through.
Yeah.
I think it's bad that sometimes we joke around saying that stuff. Like whenever he looks lost, it would be like, "Hey, man, work site's down the street."
I would love to read off one day. I'll read off about 14 text messages I get in a week from one of my construction friends of just him ripping on anyone under the sun and what they say at a construction job. So it's pretty good. I'll give him that. It's on par. So I'll give him that in that sense. Back to what we're talking about. Like I said, it is surreal in that sense. But hey, what do? You tell that lady to get out of the store with her mother? No, you're not going to say anything.
I honestly, Matt, in that moment, I kind of wanted to, like, I guess there is a certain line because someone else, a guy came in and he wanted to bring his 3 kids in. One of them was super young, could not have been older than 6. And I was like, sir, like, I get it coming with your wife, right? But you're coming with your 3 kids. I was like, I get it. You're bored. I was like, can you please ask them to wait in the car?
But that's the thing. That's where I think is going to be the problem with society after this. When we get back to a so-called quote unquote normal, is, you know what? You might think that, man, but you don't know his situation. Do you know what I mean? Maybe this is me being a little too.
I get it if you have to bring the kids with you. I get it.
Yeah. Like
but
this
like
guy have no choice.
So keep them in the car, keep them isolated.
Say the wife's
like, that's what I'm saying.
Say the wife's not.
No. But what I'm saying is like, well, first things first. He had 2 sons with him. The daughter was like 6. His other 2 sons were at least like 12 and 10.
Maybe I should have got the story. My bad on that.
No. But I get it. Maybe you don't trust your sons at home. Maybe they're not as adapt to living isolated as maybe me and you are. But even Matt, like, leave him in the car, because as soon as you come out of the car, you're walking around, you're in line at the grocery store. There's a chance of you contracting something.
I get what you're saying.
Like,
but do you not think that it plays like one thing that it's kind of resident with me, and I hope this is not going to fucking bite me in the ass. But do you not think that it's a little bit of like, just like, be smart? Like,
I think it's, you know what, we had it beaten into us, not beaten, but beaten into us to cough into our elbow or the inside of our jacket, to always wash our hands, sanitize, use tissue, like all these practices that people are saying, like, don't go to, if you're really sick, like if you're going to get someone else sick, don't go to work. Like, there's a lot of these things that were just like are common sense for me and you, but are surprising to so many people. So many people come through the store and they're saying like, oh, it's so crazy the kind of stuff that we have to do now. And I'm like, washing your hands is crazy?
Luca, I may have to disagree with you on this one. This might be our first fucking clash. First of many, first of all, for everyone listening. But you telling me, oh, like you just saying there, oh, if you're sick, don't go to work. If, sanitize, wash your hands. Dude, I'll be 100% transparent with you. I think in the last year, every time I felt sick, do you know, I was for sure going to work.
No,
was
Matt,
happening.
like sick. If you had the flu, Matt, if you had the flu, like the regular flu, and you were going full blast, you're telling me you would go to work full blast, both ends of the hose? You'd go to work?
You'd have to be smart about it. I for sure I've gone to
like
work with
all of a sudden, like you got a sore throat for a couple of weeks, you go to the doctor, they tell you got strep throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still go to work if you don't got those antibiotics?
No, that's extreme. But if you're telling me I have the flu,
that's what I'm saying. Imagine a world where strep throat essentially doesn't have to just straight up get the pill and then you're good the next day to go to work. Imagine you had to wait like 2 weeks or something for your body to fight it off. Do you still go to work?
Before this, you were sanitizing your hands every day?
Matt, you know how often I wash my hands? I work at a grocery store.
Yeah,
I handle money. I handle stuff that's so dirty. I don't know what's on those boxes that come in from.
I don't think a lot of the guys in a position like mine in the office building are sanitizing. Yeah, they wash their hands when they go take a shit, but they eat and then go touch their keyboard.
You'd be surprised at how many people don't even wash their hands after going to the bathroom.
No, that's
scary number. Scary number.
You know what I noticed that when we were at school? I noticed that when I'd go to the store and I'd take up a shot and then he'd leave. And
disgusting, Matt.
Wow.
I don't shake people's hands anymore because how do I know if they just visited if they washed when they just visited the toilet?
That's a bit extreme, but I get what you're saying. You have a point in that sense. 100%. 100%. I get what you're saying.
What happened that all of a sudden people stopped being hygienic?
Being comfortable. It's the same thing as when a guy finds a girlfriend. He's going to the gym 3-4 times a week, finds a girlfriend's getting laid, and then what? It's fat. Turns into the guy that's talking right now on the podcast.
You're talking as if your weekly squash matches with Phil was going to the gym regularly.
Everyone listening, you want a cardio workout? Go play squash for an hour. I guarantee you'll have the workout of your life.
Now, do you think the partner really matters? Like, was Phil pushing you, or was it?
Yeah, I like having a friendly competition. Like, if I went there with if I went there with you, we'd be joking around, playing tummy sticks.
We'd be laughing. We'd be laughing.
Yeah, we'd be laughing. I gotta go with someone that like either really pisses me off, like their face bothers me, like Phil or my brother, or like just someone like that, or someone super competitive. It's the best way to get the best results, in my opinion.
How do you think your dad would be doing something like squash? Because he's kind of competitive, isn't he?
If he was still able to do the splits, I think he'd be doing okay. He'd just be doing the splits everywhere just to get to the ball.
He'd be throwing it out like it's
the problem would be getting up after the splits. After he makes that one hit,
I feel like that's still the problem now. Something tells me he would surprise us one day and just do it. He would go full split, but then we'd need to call fire department to get him back up.
Like, what's the terminology for calling the whole fire department? Like 4 or 5 trucks? Would that be? Is there a terminology for that? Because you'd need that plus a crane, and then we got the situation.
You need to call one of the construction sites downtown Toronto and say, "Hey, can you swing by Bolton?"
Never mind. That
Airlift them out of the house.
Exactly. No, exactly. But hey, like we were talking about before, it'll be different. And hey, what are we gonna do? Can't other than to be optimistic and positive.
People in a way are getting comfortable, but a lot of people are scared of the new normal that's going to be introduced, and I don't think it's that scary. The only thing what's going to happen, more people are going to carry around Purell, more people are going to be wearing masks around, which is a good thing, because if you are sick, those regular surgical masks or even wearing a bandana over your mouth, that protects everyone from you.
But what are you thinking about the whole thing about how California is starting to go into disposable menus? your waiter's going to have gloves and a full-on face mask. Certain
Why
tables-
are the restaurants still open?
No. That's when they're going to get reopened because certain states are reopened.
Oh, after it's all calmed down.
Well, whenever they can. That's a whole different political debate that we can get into later.
I don't think that's good, and I California doesn't seem like something like that's gonna fly. California is one of those real PC places where as soon as they start throwing out a lot of stuff and depending if it's all biodegradable or not.
Luca, so many questions. It's going to be stupid for the next.
If it's not all biodegradable, I don't see Californians sticking with it.
We'll see, anyways. Sorry, I'm looking out my window and it's snowing right now. It's April and we're snowing.
You know, it snowed the past like 2-3 years.
Yeah, no.
In
But like
April.
this is like 2-3 days in a row now. It's snowed.
Yeah, well, last week it was what, like 15.
13, 15 degrees exactly.
Right.
Anyway, just fucking miserable. Put me in more of a miserable.
What do you do with Bruno on these days? Do you take him out?
Yeah, I have to. What am I gonna? I can't keep him inside all day. I feel guilty. He gives me the eyes, and then I.
Don't just
You
run him
wanna-
around in the backyard a bit?
Anyone in the dog knows what I'm talking about. You get the eyes. You go get the cat, but he's on all fours. He's ready to go, and you're like, okay, we'll go outside. We'll go for a walk. It's a nice.
How long you had him now?
2 years.
How many?
Maybe 2 years. Can you believe that?
No, it hasn't been. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 years.
2 years. Shouts out Bruno the cockapoo.
Yeah,
Love
it's
him
getting
all.
to 2 years now because I remember you got him that summer, the first season we played hockey.
Yeah, first year Chiefs.
First year Chiefs.
First year Chiefs. I can't believe it, man. But yeah, no, we'll take him for a nice walk. I like it when it's a nice day. I can take him for a run, take out the rollerblades, go for a skate with him. But it's fucking snowing. It's miserable. The backyard, you can only do so much. What am I going to do? Throw a frisbee 6 feet? Like that's it. That's all I got. Into the shed. Into the shed or into the pond. That's it.
Do you think if you threw it over the fence, he'd hop it eventually? Or he's too small to hop the fence?
Is that a comment because he's a black dog? What are you trying to get to here?
One, your dog's brown. Stop trying that.
He's a black dog.
He is brown. Don't you even.
We'll post a picture on Twitter and we'll decide if it's black or brown. It'll be like the white or blue dress. Remember
Yeah,
that?
it's like that dress. Is Bruno brown and white or black?
Yeah, okay. We'll do that for the.
Don't you dare! You're gonna go. Everyone, mark my words. Matt's about to go take this picture. Realize his dog's brown, and then he's gonna make the picture darker.
No, I don't know anyone that says my dog's brown. So that's fascinating that you think he's brown. Speaking of Twitter though, we do have to give out some love to our Twitter followers here for doing that poll that we sent out.
Surprising amounts of participation in the poll.
Yeah. You know what? People are gonna laugh. I didn't expect anyone to.
I expected like 4,
like
maybe
me,
3. Yeah.
me, my significant other.
I didn't even. I saw the poll. I laughed at it, and I forgot to vote. So like.
So look at that. So even then, we still got people, and they probably didn't want to vote.
Yeah.
So the Twitter question or the Twitter poll was, what do you miss most about pre-quarantined life? Option was kicking one with friends. Another one was going out to eat. And then the other one was this podcast not existing, which I thought for sure was going to be the number one. Number one was going out to eat. Number 2 was this podcast not existing. And then number 3 was kicking one with friends. So you know what?
Maybe you should have been more specific when you were talking about what you were kicking with friends.
Well, I have to keep it PG, Luke. I was hoping that people had a little bit of common sense with them, and they said, "Okay, I know I'm picking up what this guy's putting down." But again, thanks everyone for doing this.
If anyone really does want to know who has control over our Twitter account, it's pretty much all Matt. All ideas go through him. In the end, he's a creative genius.
And that's exactly why the reason that all you guys are going on right now and checking the Twitter and going, shit, only 13 followers. That's pretty pathetic. Exactly. That's exactly why we're.
Our Instagram will pick up soon too.
Yes, if anyone, another thing, I have a lot of people telling me they know how to do content and stuff. How about people just start volunteering and DMing me stuff? Because at this point, I'm done chasing. I'm done with the chase. I'm done selling myself like a hooker at Gerard and Dundas. Just send me the content. I'm done now.
Why specifically Gerard and Dundas? You frequent that?
I swear to God, there's a Harvey's over there. It's called like literally Hooker Corner. Harvey's Hooker Corner.
Harvey's Hooker Corner.
You
should copyright that.
Oof, never mind. Hashtag royalty funds.
That'd be the first time we're the ones getting copyrighted.
Yeah, exactly. No, but there's a Harvey's downtown. I know it was near the Ryerson campus. It's near the engineering building. Doesn't matter, regardless. No one goes to
Well,
Rhode
that's
Island.
further away.
Notorious after 8:00. You probably even 1:00 in the afternoon. Full packed.
You know what though?
Safe.
I don't even think you standing outside of a corner, outside of a Harvey's corner, selling your body would be what's the word I'm looking for? That out of the blue. Because from what I've heard, there have been times before where you have been caught running around half naked.
Well, welcome everyone. This is going to be story time with Matt. So this is what the whole episode was coming around. So great transition by our host and leader, Luca De Vigo there.
Hey, sometimes you got to pull the weight.
So what would you say? So what's the title of that we're going with for this one?
I thought your mother wasn't home.
So this is the story of I thought your mother wasn't home.
Should we set a little bit of background? What grade is this?
This is so yeah. Let me put the pants
Here,
on.
let me actually interview for this one. So Matt, what grade were you in when this story happened?
So we were thinking we had to be in grade 10.
Grade 10. Wow, pretty young.
How old
Were you still playing hockey at the time? What level would that be? Double A?
Double A hockey, trash. I was terrible. Don't look me up.
No, weren't you? You were the star backup goalie of St. Mike's Thunder.
Backup. What's like Dwight Schrute says? Backup to the backup.
Assistant to the assistant manager.
But yeah, backup to backup. I had the the good looking. Well, in my opinion, I thought it was the good looking. It's coming back right now on the Zoom video. I can see it. It's the hockey flow I had back in the day.
You had some good flow.
I was a horn dog. I'll be honest with you. I was a horn dog.
Yeah. You know what? Matt may not look it, but he has game.
Yeah, game. It's all coming out of the mouth. That's why it's all this bullshit coming out of my mouth. But that's fine.
Who taught you to speak? Would that be, what side does that come from? Your father's side or your mother's side? Or neither? You learned it yourself?
That's a tough question. I feel like a lot of people listening that know me personally, know my family, probably going to think I got it from my dad. I'm going to have to agree with him on that one because, yeah.
You know what? The charisma and the confidence definitely comes from your dad, but the actual vocabulary and knowing what to say, that's all your mother. But the delivery and the confidence, 100% your dad.
The wittiness and the intelligence, part of that slightly educated podcast here. I'll give to my mother in that sense. But yeah, grade 10.
Grade 10.
I was dating this girl at a time.
Same age?
No, you're younger. Really nice girl. Really down to earth.
Great personality.
Honestly, I'm gonna sound like such an idiot, but honest to God, really cool person.
Now, Matt, would you say you two were in love at the time?
Who that had a girlfriend for more than a week didn't drop the L bomb at that time? I want to know who didn't.
More than a week? You took a week?
Look, it was young love. It was young.
You're committed. You're committed to the chase. I respect
that.
But
you know what? But yes, to a certain extent, yes. So, long story short, for about, I want to say we're seeing each other for about 2-3 months at this point. Like not seriously.
Had you been to her house before at that point?
Yes. So I met the mom because she lived beside my best friend. So I've seen the mother. I met the mother even before I even knew who the daughter was. To be quite frank, just being outside playing with my friend. Knew of them and all that kind of fun stuff. Long story short, we're dating for about 2-3 months, and we're organizing time to kind of get together and show our affection for one another. That's because again, PG for now.
Yeah.
So long story short, we're waiting to show the affection, and one day we're talking. We're like, okay, we're gonna do the shower sex thing, and I said, 16-year-old kid, that's like
you think everything when you're 16, everything comes straight from pH.
Yeah.
And nothing else. You don't know enough to know that you're not that talented.
But not even that talented. You don't even know what it's good. You don't even know what.
You don't know step
You
one.
don't know
That
anything.
stuff
You don't
is
know
step like 25.
You know of an idea or like a thought or like a fantasy. That's all you
Yeah.
know. So,
Yeah.
so we're talking about this, and long story short, we get. I don't want to say convince her because that sounds terrible, but we agree that okay, this is
Well, no, you convinced her to try the
that
shower.
way. Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
Correct. So long story short, we're on our way to her place. We're walking as this big group, whatever. And I notice she's getting a text message from her mom. She's talking to her mother and whatever. Nothing. I think nothing of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we by the time we get to her house, I say goodbye to my buddy that was beside her. We go in there. The whole
So this
drive,
was after school?
yeah, after school, of course. The whole driveway full of cars. The sister's car, the mother's car. I'm thinking, okay, like this is weird for someone to tell me that they're not home, right? So I'm talking to this girl. I go, hey, are you sure that they're not home? Are you sure, like, make sure that this is not the situation? Yeah. Don't worry. I text them. I called them. They didn't answer, so don't worry about it. Right then and there, Luca, I started to get the butterflies. And people who know me already know that I'm a very, very uptight, nervous person.
Very nervous person. What do you
Very.
do? You get do you just
What do I consider?
get nervous in general, or what's a real tell for you?
I don't know what a real tell would be. I'm just born. Like, I don't want to say I have anxiety issues and call myself and cry wolf here. But
No.
Like, I do think like
You don't shut down when you get nervous, but you're nervous.
But I worry.
You will notice every little thing and go, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about? We're waiting.
Anxiety.
We're waiting for the streetcar, and you're like, hey man, don't say that too loud. You never know who's listening.
Yeah. No. It's like I'm in the middle of a conspiracy comedy. Like, I don't know like whether who's listening to me or what's going on.
You're 007. Everyone's looking for you.
The 007 who ate 007 twice. That's who I would be.
So
yeah.
You get to the house, cars in the driveway.
We get inside.
Bad feelings.
We're going upstairs. I'm still not settled. So I say, you know what? Give me a sec. So she's in her room. She's getting ready. Or I guess I should say getting unready. But I go downstairs and I'm just yelling. Like, honestly, can you imagine me just yelling? I'm just yelling. Yelling the mother's name, yelling the sister's name. And I'm listening. Nothing. Okay, I walk downstairs. No one's there. Walk in the kitchen. No one's there.
So you swept the entire house.
Again, like I tell people, nervous. So I swept that. Like, I was confident. This is okay. Wow. Okay.
Now, not to throw a jab at the female gender, but was she done getting ready by the time you did this full sweep, or did she still take another 5 to 10 minutes after you swept the entire house?
About another. I'd say probably 5 minutes, because I think she got the feeling that I was like, okay, let's get this going. I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
I'm getting nervous. So I get back upstairs. We're talking, whatever. So we do the foreplay and all that kind of fun stuff. As we're getting into it and we're making our way to the shower, we're on the bed.
Yep.
Would you believe if all of a sudden I hear, while my eyes are closed, this voice? What the hell? And I fucking freaked. I fucking threw this girl off me. Thank God she was like 110 pounds. So I'm not a macho man, but she was petite. And 110 pounds probably pushing it. Threw this woman off of me. All of a sudden, her mom's doing Patrick the Starfish at the front at her room door, and I'm thinking, I'm naked, but naked. My pants are in one area, my shirt's in another place, my backpack's in another, my phone's in another place. You want to talk about 007? That's the first time I ever, like the Terminator, analyzed a room and mapped out my steps before making an exit.
So wait a sec, where around the house? So like this is all in one hallway, I'm guessing.
This would be.
Like we're all your stuff's on the second floor.
All her stuff is on the second. Everything going on right now is in her bedroom on the second floor.
Okay.
About 50 feet from where I'm supposed to leave the house.
Okay. So
opposite side.
You two are, just to double check, you two are in the bedroom or bathroom at this point?
Bedroom at this point.
Bedroom at this point. Mom's in the doorway.
Mom's in the doorway. So we get out there.
And you didn't ever once look at her. You just started, I gotta get out of here.
Luca, if you can believe it, my first response was I opened my eyes and looked at all my stuff and then looked at the door. So I knew it was the mother. How can you not know? You know
you can't not know it's the mother.
I know that. So long story short, I get out, I grab all my stuff. She's screaming at me, you fucking piece of shit. Oh my God. The girl I'm dating is screaming, embarrassed. I don't blame her. I was fucking embarrassed too. I'm butt naked with a fucking hard on, running around this room picking up my shirt. So I grab my shirt, I grab my pants, I grab my backpack, I grab my phone, and I fucking slide right underneath on carpet. Just want to let everyone know on carpet.
You slid underneath the mother.
Underneath the mother, okay? This is before the hair started coming on the chest too, so friction was not on my side. So I go underneath the mother. The mother is screaming at me.
So you dove face first instead of like action, like slide tackle.
What was I gonna do? Yeah, face
Slide
first
tackle.
through the. No, are you kidding me? Break her legs?
No. Through if you're diving under through
You know
her
what,
anyways.
I didn't think of that though. I went face first. Keep in mind, you know what? With what
If anything, going face first, maybe she's worried that you're going for something else. You're diving towards her.
You know what? That'd be a dream. You know, in the dream world, that would have been my way of getting.
In the 16-year-old mind, a mother walking in on you is something completely different.
You know, the situation, they would have been very impressed if I got those two to come to a mutual agreement. But long story short, I'm getting my clothes, I run through I go slide through her legs. She's chasing me down the stairs, screaming at me. I'm just, dude, you know when your ears are ringing, you don't know what's going on. It's just a surreal moment.
Yeah, everything's blurry except for what's in front of you. Your heart's pounding in your ears. You gotta get out of there before she grabs you, and you're literally dead.
Exactly, definition of tunnel vision. So long story short, we get out of there, or I get out of there. I should say we.
Where do you go? Front door, back?
Go straight through the front door, right to my buddy's. I want to call it a vestibule. It's like this little area where it, like, just before getting to his actual front door, it's this little like see-through.
It's an enclosure.
Yes, see-through enclosure. So I go there. I'm ringing his doorbell, knocking. I dropped this fucking guy off. So I don't know where this guy went in a matter of 20 minutes.
Where do you think he went? We're in grade 10, just after school.
He probably went to Pakachu. That's where he probably went. We were talking about chewing tobacco a few episodes ago. That's where he went to go. So long story short, he's not answering. The mother's outside. Wait till I tell your friend's parents. I don't want to name drop them, but your friend's parents, wait till they fucking get a hold of this. So I freeze looking. I open his door. If anyone in Bolton or if anyone listening to this podcast can understand what I'm saying, I went down this Humber Hill with zero clothes on. So imagine running from about the Calvin Center to the top of where the Humber River is, naked at 16. Yep. It was cold. No excuse for my situation, but cold. That whole situation happens, but the worst part was, okay, that happened, sure, but what do you do after?
Did you end up just breaking up with the girl?
Yeah, next 2 days, we next day, like, I don't think we texted, like, that night we're like, the whole, holy fuck, what just, like, you're just surreal. You just don't know what's happening.
Do you think there was any way you could have talked your way out of the situation, like, not necessarily. Yeah, if you stopped and you were like you tried to like get a hold of it, like, whoa, okay, like,
the mother didn't like me.
Calm down.
I don't think the mother
she already didn't like you.
Didn't like me. Not hard.
And then all of a sudden you're
Luca
corrupting your little girl.
This is the card that I'm going to play to you, and to go with my reasoning. You have a daughter, okay, and maybe father figure different, but you have a daughter.
Uh-huh.
She's dating this fucking piece of shit, loudmouth wop chop, who fucking thinks
you stop the sentence there. All you needed was that phrase, that wop chop.
Exactly. You wouldn't want to hear you just want him out of the fucking house now before you kill him.
See, right now I have a relaxed attitude. I'm like, yeah, you know what? As long as I don't see it and it's not like around me, I really don't care what my kids are doing in terms of like sexual activity. But like at the same time, if I walk in on it, I'm probably gonna be pissed.
I say that too, and then my
I-
dog sniffing another dog's ass, and I get all jealous. I'm like, what the fuck is this dog for? Fuck away from Bruno. You don't deserve
You know
it.
what? You know what the kind of parent I hope to be? I hope I'm the kind of parent who's just like closes the door and just like get dressed, get out of my house, and then deals with my like son or daughter separately. Just like
I never want to see you again.
don't let me see this person. And if I do see them again, they better be kissing so much ass.
I rather catch my son or daughter smoking a lefty.
If you caught your son, you're probably going to be the first person to introduce your son or daughter to smoking a lefty.
Good point, but I'd rather have them smoking lefty than me walk on them. But yeah, crazy.
Yeah, no, that's you'll forever have the best part about when you first told me that story is I remember how excited you were.
I was, and it's not me being like showboating. Like it wasn't me coming to school and like telling everyone.
No, it was you will never believe what the fuck just happened to me.
It was me confiding people that I trust and I respect their opinion. Going, hey guys, like this just happened. Like this is like out of a movie. What
it wasn't even a matter of opinion. It was a matter of you're not gonna believe this.
No, like what do you do? This is out of a movie. This doesn't happen in real life. Like what are we doing now? Like what do I do with this? That takes me into the whole thing of why we had to break up. I was like I can't like see your mother ever again. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. There a lot of people have crazy stories being caught, but that's definitely one of the funniest.
You know what? To all our listeners, you got a better one? Give it to us. I'd love to hear it. Honestly.
Send us a recording. We'll play a recording of it. Please, no names. No names. Please be respectful.
I'd love to hear a better one, to be honest with you. And I gotta give a shout out to Tony Gomersich out in Timmins. He loves that story. His favorite story in the whole world. I'll be honest with you. He's my number one fan. Love that guy.
Out in Timmins, that's crazy.
I know. I told you, we're touching all bases in Ontario, man. We've got a fan base, I think, for sure.
Well, I don't think we can get much better than that today, can we?
No, probably not. What are we coming up with next episode? What do we have going on?
Next episode, we are going to have an interview, actually. Not so much like we had with our buddy Phil, story time. Phil's good with story time. No, our next guest is going to be another blast from the past, someone we knew from high school. He has a very interesting take on the whole situation at hand with COVID-19.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, but let's be as real and transparent as possible on this one. This one's going to get a little bit of controversy, obviously, because he has a lot of thoughts that he's been preaching about on his own social media platforms about what his beliefs are, what he wants to believe in.
If anyone has seen what he says, we're not here to debate. We're not that educated, but being as opinionated as we are, we want to get his opinion on what's going on. And we want to sort of just, my biggest dream is, Matt? My biggest dream, and we'll have to talk about this more, is I want to have a conversation with a flat earther because I want them to try to enlighten me. Mm-hmm. And so that's what this kind of is. Like, I just want to hear his point. We just want to hear his side, get to see like why he thinks the way he is, and just spread a little love.
I'm with you on that one, but like I said, it's something that I know people that I've talked to are kind of looking forward to, just to get an idea of what what's going through that guy's mind. But you know what? It's something that we're here to do in the sense of, and this is the whole point of the podcast, open up to conversations that I don't think a lot of people want to have or, want to even listen to. And that's what we're here to do, is just to listen to both sides of the story and, have friendly conversations.
Yeah. It's a day in the life, my friend.
Yeah, look at that. Good move there. Good slide in. But again, hey, I hope everyone appreciated the storytelling from Maddie today, and hopefully there's many more coming down the pipeline.
Oh, there'll be many more coming down the pipeline.
Anyways, well, that's good to hear. I hope everyone's listening, and remember to subscribe, like we always forget to mention on the pod.
Subscribe to our YouTube, follow our Twitter for many more polls and any information. Once we get Instagram up and running, we will be starting Instagram Live while we are recording, so look out for that. If you ever want us to talk about something live action on the podcast,
by all means.
And you never know. Maybe we can either have you on, or we can give a shout out.
We'll just talk shit about you.
We'll just talk about you.
We'll just talk shit. Anyways, signing off, bro.
See you around, Matt.
Much love.
Ciao. later days.